This time in the garage, we got a few little issues with the BSA. I got some bad gas at a local gas station that I normally don't go to. Thing was sputtering and missing and just running rough, so I limped the bike home and I dumped out the float bowl, and there was a pile of water and some sediment and stuff in it. So I got it all cleaned out, flushed out the tank and stuff, and everything seemed okay, but now it won't idle properly. It hunts all over the place. So if I do a adjustment on the mixture screw, it doesn't do anything, but it runs really good once you come off idle. So the pilot circuit must be plugged up or something. So I'm going to pull the carb off today and check it out and see if I can figure out where the dirt is and put her back together. We're taking this thing apart and see what we can find. Looks fairly clean, but that screen is not that fine. Get the float bowl off and see what's inside of here. I don't think I spilled enough gas in here. Phew. It all looks fairly clean. The mixture screw jet out. See what's hiding in there. good. This one here is a cross drilled. There's a factory plug in these usually, and as we pop them out, we use an old jet just for a plug so we can clean right through from one side to the other. So this just acts as a block, but that all looks good so far. Take the main jet out, see what that looks like. Another wrenches I have are fitting. Didn't have this planned out very well today. Oh look, my main jet was actually falling out. Look at that. It's probably why I couldn't get the damn thing to idle. It was sucking a bunch of extra air and everything all past this. I haven't opened this carb up, I don't think, since probably 3 or 4 years. Everything looks clear. Well, I think I may have found the culprit already. The whole main jet was just hanging. No wonder it was hunting and searching. Anyway, I'm going to do, I'll keep taking this apart. I'm going to run some cleaner through it and blow it all out and see if there's any other trash that may be in there inadvertently. There's quite a bit of wear on that slide. That carburetor's probably 7 or 8 years old, and see inside the slide. I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see some scoring where that slide, you know, it's a new carb, it's a new Amal premium, but I'm just wondering if it's starting to wear out already. It's not even really that old. I'm not going to bother push that out. I think we found the issue, so yeah, looks like the massive vibrations of these old 441s took that out. Alright. Everything looks pretty good on this. Alright, I'm just going to get a brush and brush this off, and I won't bother filming this, and then I'll start putting it back together. Alright, I got all the parts cleaned and blown out, dried off. Like I said, it wasn't very dirty, so I'm going to screw this jet back in. I'm not sure why that... I think I had a battery problem 2 years ago, and I didn't take the carb off. I was just cleaning it out, and I pulled the jet out and cleaned it, and I just used the socket, and I'm wondering if I just didn't get it tight enough when I took it apart the first time. And then just these things vibrate so bad regularly. There, cinch that up tight, and that should be fine. All right. Pin. So I thought it was weird. All of a sudden it was working good, and then it stopped working good. And I thought I did pick up some water. I did have dirt and water in the gas. That was a true fact. So I'm just wondering if was just coincidence as that started to loosen off, it got a little worse and a little worse. So I'm just going to put a little dab of this Permatex product, not sponsored. It's I kind of use it to seal all the old carbs just a little bit. Gas doesn't seem to bother, so I always just like to put a little on my gaskets, because my gaskets I usually don't have new ones or access to new ones very easily or quickly, and I don't like to be down riding too much, so I just always put a little dab of this stuff on my gaskets, and I never have gas leaks or anything around any of my stuff, so it's I just put a little light coating. That's this Permatex product. I had an old 500 Triumph TRW 56, and it was hard to get gaskets for some of it. I like to, well, I don't like to, but I tend to make my own gaskets just because it's hard to get things quickly and the downtime. So I try to do this stuff in the winter time, but when we're doing summertime repairs right in the middle of riding season or the start, I just kind of just like to do this just to give it a little extra help. So I don't like to put too much on because I don't want it to get it, you know, to get that stuff in the jets. Then you're going to be in big trouble. So slide this together, put the bolts back in. I just went through my parts bin and found some. I thought I might have had a new gasket from a set I bought a few years ago, but I didn't. But I found an older gasket that was in better shape than the one that was in this thing, so I'm just swapping that out and putting that in its place. And everything, don't over torque anything on these old carburetors. Well, this is a newer carburetor, but these type of carburetors, you can warp stuff and crack stuff. They're not made out of the best material. You don't want to be cranking on them with a big ratchet or anything. Just snug them up. And where these bikes vibrate so bad, I always check retorque stuff after I run them for a bit, just to make sure. So that's all back in place. I'll put my mixture screw back in. I usually bottom them out, but like I said again, don't cram them down just till it stops. Everybody's video do the same thing. So just till it barely bottoms out, and I go one and a half, 1 1/4 turns just to start, and then as I get the bike tuned in and running, I'll fine tune the mixture screw. I'll just run the idle down a little bit there, 'cause now that everything's all over the place, I don't know where anything is, where I was chasing my tail there for a bit. This is just the plug for the other side of the port for the adjustment. That just sits there, just blocks it off, and that's pretty much it. So I can put the filter back in. It's all clean in the banjo and all that stuff. What did I do with that? Oh, it's there. I also put a little bit of that seal and stuff on the fiber washer that goes around the outlet, or sorry, the inlet to the float bolt. Like I said, it's just preventive maintenance for all this stuff. Yeah, that was very bizarre that loosened up, but I think that must have been what it was, because all I did was pull I just pulled the bowl off and tightened up, but I may not have gotten enough on it while I was in there originally to tighten it up properly. So again, I don't like to over tighten these at all. This is an Amal premium carburetor, and apparently the difference in it is the slides are made of a different material, so they're supposed to last a bit longer. So they're just the standard. There's the dogs going. Neighborhood patrol. Alright, let's see if we can try to do the old blow test to see if this is working. Passing. Nothing. This float is set and working. Alright, I guess I'll move the camera and we'll go put this thing back on the bike and start it up and see if I can get it tuned in. Alright, we'll let that sealant set up a little bit there that I put between the mating surfaces. And then we'll do a start up and see if we can tune it in and get it running. So today is Canada Day. It's a holiday here in Canada, July 1st. So I haven't started the bike up since I put the car back on, and we're having an annual club ride and barbecue. It's been going on forever in the club, I guess. This will be probably my 12th or 13th one. And we're going on a little ride around the Peggy's Cove Loop and then ending up at one of the members' houses for a barbecue and hangout session. So I don't know if I'm going to be riding today because I haven't tried to start this bike since I found that issue with the carburetor. It started before and ran before just terribly, so it's early in the morning here, 7:45, so I'm about to make the neighbors happy with me, but whatever, it's a holiday, too bad. So let's try to get this thing going, and then I'm going to be heading out in an hour, and I'm going to take some GoPro footage of the riding some of the cool old bikes, so see what happens. People keep asking about the starting procedure for these 441s because they're kind of problematic, but I just get the carburetor, give it a little tickle till some gas starts to come out, and want to see a little bit dribbling out. Float bowl is totally empty, I can hear it filling up there. There she goes. So what I usually do, I leave the ignition off, put the decompression on, and kick it a couple of times to get some fuel in there. Then I find that when the compression starts, I go about quarter kick past and let it go all the way to the top. And I give it one good boot. If I hear that it's going to start, I'll give it a little throttle right at the very end if it's going to start. If you do any throttle before that, you'll be kicking all day. So let's see what happens. Same thing again. Little pass top dead center. I should have brought a screwdriver. I have the idle dialed probably down where I had that carb apart, so let's see if we can get the idle up there, and I'll check the mixture screw. The same procedure again, find top dead center where you get resistance, quarter pass, full kick. And once you kind of learn your own 441, they're all the same. They have a little a little rhythm that you find, and it'll work. But this time. Let's get that idle way down. Alright, I just got it dialed in. It's totally cold, so I got the idle half decent, and I was able to get control over the air fuel, so I just slightly dialed it in close. Once I get it warmed up on the first little bit of the drive, I'll tune it when we get to the stop for the first stop of the club ride. But yeah, everything seems to be good.